getting ready. What, was somebody naked?
I love you so much. God, my makeup needs to be blended.
The pre-show festivities.
Sorry, I got gel on me. Okay, I'm used to you having gel on me.
Yeah, darken, maybe, right under the chin.
It's in my bag.
Do a
Look at all the
move under
flannel.
chin. Other than that, it looks good.
I like it. Okay, Ivan.
Yeah?
Mr. Camera Happy.
Please work.
What?
Please work.
I got Claire.
I hate. I love you.
You know what is it?
I see it. Shall I light the candles, Lady Alicia? It's growing dark outside.
Not just yet. No, I'd rather enjoy the glow of the firelight.
Would you mind to close the terrace doors? The breeze from the moors is rather defeating the effect of the burning logs.
Yes, Mrs. Prescott, at once, Mom.
I'm growing quite worried about Jabez doing this. The moors are no place to be traveling after nightfall.
My brother does the moors like the back of his hand, Comfort.
And if my nephew says he'll be home before nightfall, he'll be home before nightfall.
Will there be anything else?
You might have to cook me some water. When Jabez returns, he'll be wanting a cup of tea, and this is growing quite cold.
I'll see to it at once, Miss Gordon.
Oh, so listen to some new comfort. After all, if I'm to marry Jabez, I should practice seeing to his needs.
If I know my brother, it won't be tea he'll come looking for after a long ride on the moors.
My goodness! Oh, Jabez certainly wouldn't drink whiskey on an empty stomach. Oh, you can't be too sure that he has a bit of Irish blood in him, don't forget. I say he goes for whiskey. You sound as if you're offering a wager on that, Alicia.
Comfort, you don't approve of drinking, and you don't approve of gambling. How on earth did you ever manage to catch the eye of my brother, Jabez?
A virtuous woman is as a shining tower which draweth the eye of man upward to glory. Also, she's the only single girl left in this part of Scotland.
That wretched girl. I sent her in here 15 minutes ago to light the candles.
Don't bend for that fellow, Mrs. Magdalena. I asked her not to light them.
The candles in this room are always lighted when nightfall approaches.
Yes, of course, yes, Miss Magdalena. I'm sorry. We're all sorry, Mrs. Magdalena. We certainly are.
And what was that wretched girl saying to me about heating more water for tea? Someone, Mrs. Bousley, is seeing to supper right now. Should she have to stop seeing to supper so that someone can have extra tea? And it means having Andrew cut more peat from the bog, and Andrew must finish digging the new flower bed before it grows too dark for him to work outside any longer. Must they pay? That is precisely what I thought. Will there be anything else?
No.
Everything's just fine.
Couldn't be finer.
Good. Then I shall leave you ladies to your leisure. Some of us don't have time to dally over our afternoon tea.
The very first thing I shall do when I become mistress of this house is to put that woman in her proper place.
Do you know, those were Victoria's very words shortly before she married Jabez.
Not that she ever had the chance to implement them. Such a tragic thing to happen to poor Victoria, vanishing on her wedding day.
It seems like only yesterday.
Goodness, it was only yesterday. Jabez was quite mad with grief.
And yes, he took the time to propose to you, Comfort, before he galloped off sobbing into the sunset.
A man needs someone to come home to. I wonder what can be keeping him. I'm certain he said he would return before nightfall.
Perhaps there was a long line at the shebeen.
The what? What you British would call a pub.
Oh!
I do hope the man is not overindulged. This far out in the moors, the roads can be quite treacherous.
Well, it's not as though his horse has been drinking too.
Oh, we can't be too sure of that. He's an Irish hunter. I feel so happy, Victoria, to have total happiness within her grasp, and that...
No, the moors can be a treacherous place. Maybe it is an innocent patch of turf place over the deadly bog hole. She should never go strolling by herself.
If she was by herself. How dare you? Oh, Glynis, dear Glynis, surely I was not implying anything like that. I mean, the very fact that your own husband, Elwyn, vanished at the very same time doesn't mean that anything
What's going on between them? No. And besides, we have on the most unimpeachable authority that when Mavis saw Victoria walk upon the moors, she was quite alone.
And just what, may I ask, do you find so unimpeachable about Mavis Buford?
Well, her estate does adjoin ours, and she has an unrestricted view of the moors from her terrace. And I can think of no reason why she would have lied about Victoria.
Come off it. Mavis had a consummate scunner for Victoria.
What? Scunner, that Scottish for loathing. Conflict is getting you British, but quite in error. I simply adored that child. How poignantly I recall the last time I saw her alive.
Why, Lady Goddard. Or should I perhaps call you Uncle Lisa?
You shall not. I will never accept you into our family. Never, do you hear?
I don't see what choice you have. As your nephew's new wife, I naturally am a member of the Four-Walk family. Jabez is mine. His estate and property are mine. This house is mine. And his choice of house guest is also mine.
How dare you call me a house guest?
Oh, well, you do have a home of your own, you know. Oh, not so grand as this house, I realize, but then home is where the heart is, they say.
Don't use that tone of voice in my presence.
Not to your face, perhaps. Alicia, that look in your eye, that strange tone in your voice. No, stop, get away, you're frightening me.
And then she said, I love you too, Aunt Alicia. I adored having her call me that, you know. And then I strolled up to the dining room and I never saw the poor dear child again.
You know, there's an old wives' tale, Alicia, that every time one tells a lie, another hair turns gray. May I say your top knot is looking considerably more silvery than it did before you began that charming reminiscence?
I did love Victoria.
Then why did your fingers flex every time you lifted her throat?
Talking nonsense. My feelings toward her were such my own sweet young daughter.
Sure you did. Didn't we all? She looked so lovely in her wedding gown that tragic day, like a slender bit of burnished ivory. Well, if it isn't the blushing bride, plenty to blush about. Enjoying your sour grapes, comfort, darling? Thought you'd be the one tossing the bride a bouquet today, didn't you? And why shouldn't I be? Jabez and I were children together. We went to the same church, strolled the lanes hand in hand. It's always been me, always. Until about 2 months ago, he'd never even met you. I don't know how you enslaved his will, deprived him of his reason, drew him into this unholy alliance. Sex appeal, honey. Something you can't even imitate. And that name, Comfort Brody. It sounds like something out of a sermon. A dull sermon. Why, how dare you to say such a thing? Have you seen Jabez? It's almost time for us to leave. I've had our things packed and waiting in the downstairs hall. I have Mrs. Margaret set your things out as well. Mine? Don't play it so dumb. You certainly don't think I expect to find you still living here after we return. But when my parents died and Jabez's family took contact with me, we had an unspoken agreement that this was to be my home until I'm married, and then until you marry Jabez, you mean? And how likely is that to happen now? Oh, you cruel boy! I'll put it in a letter. I could use some amusing reading on the wedding trip. And then I helped her pack her bags, and she came downstairs, and I never saw her sweet face again.
Victoria was darling, wasn't she?
Those bright eyes, a cheery smile, that warm, wonderful voice. I shall miss her dreadfully.
We all shall miss
time we had together, giggling like a couple schoolgirls, cutting roses in the garden, doing needlepoint.
Glynis Prescott, you never needle-pointed in your life.
And you would know a rose from a coconut tree. Of course I would. Roses are red, coconuts are brown. Why don't you go straw on the rose and drown? Temper, temper. One would think you can push me well as the new mistress of Brackenloch. I've always been the mistress here. When our parents died, Jabez allowed me to take charge of maintaining a home for him. And I'm sure you've done a simply splendid job, dear Glynis. But of course your services will no longer be required. That always sounds like an eviction notice. Oh, you're talking nonsense, dear Glynis. Why would I evict any woman who had such a tall, strong, handsome husband? Oh, you horrid creature! How can you talk about Elwyn that way, and on your wedding day? If Jabez knew you for the vile creature that you are. But he doesn't, and he won't, and we shall be ever so cozy here, shan't we? You and I and two quite adorable husbands. Elwyn would never. Are you quite sure about that? Oh, you don't mean that he? Oh, that you and he? Not for a moment, not at all. Not yet. Now I see it all. You don't love my brother. You've never loved him. All of this, the wedding, was just your way to have a chance to be near my husband. You're talking nonsense, dear Glynis. But then, you'll never be quite sure, will you? Oh, you'll watch Elwyn's every move, suspect his every word, and probably end up destroying what little love he does bear you. It's going to be such a memorable marriage. You've gone too far, Victoria, much too far. If you think for one moment that I will allow you to practice your foul deceptions in this house. But this is my house now, Glynis. Or have you forgotten? And I shall miss this merry little chance most of all.
But the thing that really puzzles me is considering my nephew's heartbreaking shock that he would leave the premises the way he did.
Seems natural enough to me, Alicia. Most men can find solace in the shebeen after such an emotional catastrophe.
I don't mean where he went, I mean the way he went.
There's more than one way to the shebeen.
When I say way, I'm not talking itinerary, I'm talking manner.
His manner seemed normal enough to me. Sad, near incoherent, distraught.
I mean the precise way he departed. Now most men would have stifled the sob, parted from the room, slammed out the front door, and galloped madly across the moor.
But isn't that precisely what he did do, Alicia?
In all respects, save one.
And that is?
He took one moment before he did any of that to do something extremely odd, which is pause to propose marriage. Then he stifled Hunter's flame and galloped.
It is rather odd when you mention it like that.
That Jabez would propose marriage to me? That Jabez would propose marriage to anyone at that particular moment?
It is peculiar, come to think of it. Be that as it may, Jabez did propose to me, peculiar time notwithstanding, and I am fully prepared to accept his proposal once he returns. Speaking of which, whatever can be keeping him with comfort?
Did I hear you correctly just now?
That I said something so astonishing? You most certainly have.
Then you noticed it too, did you?
Oh, will you stop all these mysterious reactions? Just what about Jabez's proposal of marriage to me do you find so astonishing?
Well, most men who propose marriage stick around to hear their sweetheart's answer.
I venture to say that all men who propose do so.
Yes.
I was too stunned, too overjoyed, too overcome with rapture. By the time I'd found my voice, all I could see was the horses behind going over the fence.
Oh, dare you say such a thing about Jabez?
I think she means the other horses behind. Well, of course I do. The other horses behind?
We're straying from the subject.
Yes. Let's get back to the basic oddity here. Why would a man propose marriage and then not wait around to hear it and then accept it?
Jabez is a gentleman. He wanted me to have time to think it over.
Did he say as much?
Well, no, but isn't that the only plausible explanation? Are you certain you didn't imagine the whole thing?
Of course I didn't, and I have a witness to prove it.
He proposed in front of a witness?
And why shouldn't he have? Well, to begin with, it's not exactly romantic to do so. Hard enough bearing one's soul to a posy, let alone in the presence of an onlooker.
Jabez was distressed. He had no time to arrange a romantic milieu. He simply blurted out his innermost feelings.
And galloped off to the shebeen?
Without awaiting your reply.
Oh, stop it, both of you.
Didn't I just say so? Oh, yes. You most certainly did.
Then if I can be of no further service.
Right. There is just one thing more, Mrs. Magdalena. A mere nothing, of course, but we would like to know.
And what is that?
Could you conjecture why he would leave without awaiting a reply? It's such an odd thing for him to do.
I never question the master's conduct. This is his house. He can do as he likes.
What exactly did he say and do, Mrs. Baldwin?
If you can recall the moment to yourself.
Well, let me see. He stepped in from the front hallway.
Oh, James, how you startled me!
I'm sorry, Comfort. I didn't mean to.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about Victoria's end.
No more than I. But what is done is done. Life must go.
But whatever are you going to do?
Drown my sorrows and drink, of course. Shall take about 24 hours before they cease struggling.
And then when you're through with your sorrowful spree?
Victoria is no more. There is only one girl in the world for me now.
Oh, James!
When I return home tomorrow, we shall be married. Farewell.
And then he slammed out the front door and was gone.
Aha, now I see.
See what? You don't mean you figured out why he didn't wait for my answer?
But that's precisely what I do mean. He obviously couldn't wait for your answer.
Why not?
Because he didn't ask a question.
Of course! What an idiot I've been! No more than I!
I still don't understand. Comfort, he didn't ask you to marry him. He told you you two would be married when he returned.
Oh, why, Glynis, I do believe you're right. No wonder why he didn't await my answer. And I do believe I hear him coming now.
And at a full gallop, too.
Oh, how thrilling, how exciting.
Not to mention terrifying.
Terrifying.
When one considers the Brackenloch curse.
Curse? Brackenloch curse?
What curse? As sure as the tick of the ominous clock that marks the hours away, the beauteous bride of Brackenloch shall die on her wedding day.
Superstitious nonsense.
There's no such thing as a curse.
And why have none of us even heard of this curse until now?
Well, you've all been so busy.
Well, that's true enough.
He's here!
I return, and I bring wondrous tidings.
Will you now take me as your bride?
What? You? Have you taken leave of your senses?
But you said.
And I heard.
And we thought
What did I say? Did you hear? Did you think?
that there was only one girl in the world for you.
That when you returned, you would be married.
That you meant comfort.
Ah, now I comprehend your dilemma. A mere matter of misunderstanding. You see, there is but one girl in the world for me. And that girl was Daphne Dixon.
Was?
Yes, you heard me say when I returned home tomorrow we would be married. Well, we are married. Just as I said we'd be.
And she perished too, like Victoria?
On her wedding day.
As the Brackenloch curse foretold?
Certainly not.
Then why did you just say that the only girl in the world for you was Daphne Dixon?
Because now, she's Daphne Thorngall. Oh, and here the little Donna comes now. There, isn't she the sweetest thing you ever did see in your entire lives?
She's lovely, charming, beautiful.
And most welcome.
And whom do I have the pleasure of encountering?
Your sister-in-law, Glynis Prescott. Your maternal aunt-in-law, Lady Alicia Gathered. Your extremely efficient housekeeper, Mrs. Janet Magdalena. And your good friend of the family-in-law, Comfort Cody.
How delightful to meet all of you. Jabez has told me so much about you.
When did he have the time?
He hasn't been away from the house that long. How much could he have told me?
In such a brief interval.
But Jabez has known me for months.
And adored her every moment of those months.
Where exactly did you meet her, Jabez?
Well, Daphne was the barmaid at the Shebeen.
Oh! You married to the working class?
Well, not really. Daphne is the daughter of an American millionaire.
But why would an American heiress tend bar in a Scottish shebeen?
Why not?
And is the new mistress of the manor to have Victoria's former room, Master Jabez?
Who is Victoria, my darling?
You haven't told her?
I'll get to it. Shall we go to dinner, darling?
I'd best tell Mrs. Mousley there'll be an extra place at the table.
Oh, there's no need. I suddenly lost my appetite. I'm going to bed. And I think I'll remain in here and have some sherry. A lot of sherry.
I have a novel here somewhere that I simply must finish reading.
Oh, good. Then we can both have second helpings, Daffy Wappy.
Daffy?
Wappy? That's what JB Baby always calls me.
JB Baby?
Americans are so fond of nicknames.
This is a disaster. Worse than that. It's a disgrace. My sister-in-law, a barmaid.
I don't think you need to feel discomfiture for very long, ladies.
Whatever do you mean, Mrs. Marley?
Have you forgotten the Brackenloch curse?
Oh, you don't mean.
But I do mean. As sure as the tick of the ominous clock that marks the hours away, the beauteous bride of Brackenloch shall die on her wedding day. Who could that be? Shall I get the door and see? Yes, please do, Mrs. Marley.
Maybe it's Elwin. Oh, my husband? Oh, do you really think there's a chance that he'd fall in bog hole, arm in arm?
Oh, you gotta be acting with us. You do think that's what happened, don't you?
Well, yes I do. Or at least I did. But Mavis Buford was so positive that she saw Victoria walking alone on the moors yesterday that...
Has it occurred to you that maybe he was with Victoria up until that moment when Mavis glanced out her window?
What? How would Mavis not see Elwin? There's no place to hide on the open moor.
Maybe he fell into the bog hole first.
Gee, I never thought of that.
Mavis Buford.
Mavis, don't kill me! What a distinctively odd time to call.
Well, I saw after putting Jacob's horse in the stable out back, and I thought the poor man must be simply starved after his long ordeal. So I thought I'd bring this over. But where is the dear man?
Having dinner with his wife.
You mean Victoria's alive? Mrs. Magdalena is referring to his new wife, the former Daphne Dixon.
Daphne. Oh, you don't mean a barmaid at the shebeen?
The same.
Oh, but this is monstrous! How could you be so precipitate, so heartless, so unfeeling? And you, sweet Victoria's bridal bouquet not even wilted yet.
Yes, it was a rather hasty decision on his part.
Almost as quick as whipping up a casserole.
What are you implying?
Oh, come off it, Mavis. You were appalled when Jabez decided to marry Victoria. You've had your sights on him for the past 10 years.
What nonsense! Why, I simply doted on dear Victoria. The sweetest child she was. I was delighted that Jabez had made such a happy choice.
You had a royal stomach for Victoria. You made a fist every time Jabez so much as mentioned her name.
Well, it was a shock after knowing Jabez for so many years when he decided to marry Victoria. But once I got over the shock, that dear sweet child and I became the very best of friends. Well, I was like a mother to her, a sister to her, a younger sister to her. When that morning, just before her wedding, I could still recall the poignant joy of the last conversation I was ever to have with the beloved child.
Why, Miss Buford, aren't you a bit beforehand? The wedding won't be for hours.
If I have anything to say about it, it won't be at all.
Oh, don't be so tiresome. I get enough flack from the women who live in this house.
And well, you should. Invading their own like a ravening predator?
Pooh,
mind the discomfiture one whit if you were the bride-to-be. But you can well put that notion out of your head. Besides, it's not Jabez you crave, it's his estate. I know you've yearned to have Brackenloch's lands joined to your own horse feathers. It's called Witherous Mule Saddle, who cares? Whatever you call your estate, it shall not acquire Brackenloch as an adjunct. You merely want access to the loch itself, so it will be less expensive watering your horses.
Horses die from drinking seawater.
So maybe you hate your horses.
Oh, how dare you suggest such a thing?
Struck a nerve, did I?
Besides,
Would you pant after Jabez if he were not the lord of this manor?
well, that is, I don't see how that is any of your business.
Nor is my marriage any of yours. You should be grateful I allowed you to set foot in my house for the wedding.
Your house? Aren't you jumping the gun a bit?
It will be my house immediately following the ceremony. Then you just try to wrangle an invitation in here.
You dare to forbid me to visit an old and beloved friend?
I wouldn't call Jabez old. Not as old as you, at any rate.
Cruel, heartless, scheming, low, vile, cunning, darling, delightful, charming young lady. To wander off and perish so very terribly on your wedding day.
Of course, you only have your word of that, Mavis.
No one else saw her after the ceremony.
How did you happen to be home at Cobblethers so soon afterwards? The post-nuptial party was still in progress.
I had a headache. I left early.
Had a fit is more like it.
If you're going to be nasty, perhaps I should take my casserole and go home.
There's no one else coming in for dinner. It's all served and waiting.
Really, Mrs. Mosley, you simply mustn't leave the kitchen area and with a ladle in your hand.
Should have sent Vanessa.
Can't. She's out in the kitchen crying her poor little heart out. Wouldn't do for her to be seen by the new mistress now, would it?
Vanilla crying, what about?
She didn't say. What is that castle dish doing in the parlor?
Oh, I thought Jabez might be hungry after his long ordeal. But it appears his period of mourning didn't last once he reached the shebeen.
Well, give it here. We could probably use it. The new mistress is already on her second helping, and there may not be enough even if nobody else ever comes to the table.
You know, I really think that dinner after all, upset or not, I must keep my strength up.
I think I'll join you. I'd rather like to observe this barmaid.
Well, then you'd better hurry. The new mistress makes food disappear like a thundering trip.
I suppose I can just loiter in here twiddling my thumbs. Fiddle, fiddle. I suppose you can. I accept your gracious invitation.
Oh, very well. Come along. Come along.
Why, Miss Groves? Oh, how you startled me, Vanilla. I didn't understood you had gone up to bed. But that suitcase. Well, you see, child, I say, have you been crying? Oh, a wee bit. That's why I came around the outside way for the tea things. Mrs. Mousley said it would be unseemly for the new mistress to see me so distressed. But the tea things will need washing up, so I avoided going to the dining room.
But whatever are you distressed about, child?
Oh, it's nothing, Mom. Don't trouble yourself about it. But wherever are you going? It's none of my business. Someone is certain to ask once they discover you've gone, so I really should know.
Simply tell them that with the new mistress here and all.
She hasn't ordered you out, has she?
Why no! Whatever put a queer idea like that into your head?
Well, I really shouldn't talk about it. But the former new mistress,
Victoria, you mean?
she, with the wedding bells barely out of her mouth, started ordering any number of people to pack up and get out. Lady Alicia, Glynis Prescott,
And Mrs. Mobley?
and myself.
Now I see why you were so distressed, but so far as I know, the new mistress has ordered nobody to leave. That should make you feel better.
Oh, it does, Mom. It does indeed. But of course, later on, once dinner's done.
Oh no, I don't think she shall do it then either. The new mistress seems something of a ninny, but I sense she's rather nice.
Well, then why are you leaving?
The new mistress here, and my only reason for residence being the hope that Jabez might... Oh, you're too young to understand such things. Simply tell Alicia I shall write and explain all once I'm settled.
Explain
plain or what comfort? Oh, please take the tea for your child.
Yes, Mom.
Now, comfort, what is this all about?
Well, how long have you been listening in, Alicia?
Not long enough, I fear. When Mrs. Mousley comes Mrs. Casserole, the smell fairly broke it from the room. Haggis. I simply cannot stomach haggis.
No more can I.
But that's to be expected. I mean, you're British. It's not your national dish. But as a loyal Scotswoman, though, I'm supposed to relish that stuff. But I never could.
I wonder who invented such an unlikely dish.
Some shepherd with nothing better to do, I suppose. I don't mind oatmeal. And I'm quite fond of mutton. But oatmeal cooked in a sheep's stomach. I could barely talk about it, let alone dote on it.
Does Mavis know you hate haggis?
Oh, rest assured she does. Just one of her boys to be along with Jabez while she consults him in his sleep, I warrant. That changed to that now. His new bride is probably eating out the haggis herself.
Poor short-sighted Mavis. It's a pity she didn't poison it.
But restrain from the subject. I want to know about that suitcase.
I thought I might be happier elsewhere than under the same roof as Jabez and his bride.
I don't mean why the suitcase, I mean how. You left us for bed not 5 minutes ago. When did you have time to pack?
Well, if you must know, I didn't. It was Victoria who packed my suitcase yesterday. She told me so. When she went upstairs to pack her things for the wedding, she packed my things as well. She told me she didn't want me living around here anymore.
That sure sounds more like Victoria than the heavenly angel we all been pretending to adore.
So when I went upstairs to bed just now, I realized I couldn't go to bed because my nightdress was in my suitcase. So when I went to take it out, I thought, well, why bother? And so I didn't bother. I simply waited for this room to empty and I headed for the door.
How very interesting.
What do you mean?
Only this. Victoria vanished yesterday. If you only now just realized that the nightdress is still in the suitcase where she packed it. Where were you last night?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, obviously you didn't spend the night in the nightdress, did you?
Where did you spend it? I'm sure I was right for this. Why in the world would anyone room for Oh, Alicia, I thought you'd gone to your room to throw up.
And Comfort, I thought you'd gone to bed.
Never mind about us. What are you two so upset about?
Well, Mavis had the oddest belated notion. Good heavens, Mavis, you're right, it's gone.
What's gone?
When I came in here this evening, I was so upset about the news about Jabez's new bride that when I noticed the empty spot, I didn't really notice it. That is, it didn't register on me. And we sat down to dinner, and I thought back and I wondered why this. What are you talking about? What's gone? What's empty space? That's empty space.
Good heavens, it's gone.
What's gone? Well, what? How extraordinary. Jabez will be furious.
Unless he removed it with the wedding, people walking here and there, unobserved.
You think he put it away for safekeeping then?
It's a tenable theory.
Unless he didn't put it away, and one of the guests did pinch it.
That little ropey leather thing? Was it valuable or what?
Comfort. It was of inestimable value, at least to Jabez.
His grandfather brought it back from the Orient, you see.
It's by way of being a sort of family heirloom. That silly little twist of leather? I thought it was some sort of riding crop.
Oh, comfort. Oh, it was much more than that. It was the sacred thong.
I'm surprised Jabez never mentioned it to me after all the years he's known you.
Well, maybe he did mention it, and it simply slipped my mind. A thong, you say? What was it for? To support a sort of gong, I believe.
Yes, I believe Jabez's grandfather stole it from a rather dangerous Chinese sect, or gang, or secret organization. What do they call them?
Tongs. Yes, the Chinese secret societies.
But why would Jabez be so concerned about this tong gong thong? You see, Comfort, in this Oriental town. Where was it, Shanghai?
No, not Shanghai. Peking?
No, that's not right either. Was it Chongqing?
Maybe Mrs. Magdalena would know.
Know what, Miss Brody?
The town in the Orient where the missing tong gong thong came from.
Good heavens, it is missing. What in the world's become of it?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Do you know where Jabez
Hong Kong.
Oh, what's become of the Hong Kong Tongan Thong?
Mr. Jabez will be shocked to learn of its loss.
Unless, of course, as we have theorized, he himself removed it for safekeeping during the wedding festivities.
Well, yes, that is possible. And yet, that's not the sort of thing he would do. That is to say, it's more of the sort of thing he would ask me to do.
And Jabez didn't ask you to put it away?
But what do I comfort?
That missing Hong Kong Tongan Thong!
What Hong Kong, Hong Kong, Kong?
Good heavens, it's gone! We must summon the constabulary at once!
For a missing piece of leather? Jabez, you didn't even summon a constabulary when your bride vanished!
Oh, he didn't? Isn't that against the law?
Vanishing?
Not reporting a vanishing, my dear.
I was too distraught, too submerged in grief.
Too anxious to head for the shebeen.
Mrs. Magdalena, can you recall the last time you saw the Hong Kong Tongan Thong?
I'm afraid not, sir. I know I saw it up there recently, but whether it was today, or yesterday, or within the past week, well, I'm just not certain. Let me go summon the rest of the staff. They may have noticed.
This is ghastly! What about that dog up there in its place?
Darling, what happens without that missing thong?
I hope you never find out, my dearest.
It's getting late and I must be going before there's no moonlight to see by.
I'm afraid that's impossible, my dear.
Quite impossible, I agree. I don't understand, nor do I.
A valuable object is missing.
And you're about to take a sealed suitcase out of the house. Oh, you accuse me of... You dare suspect me of...
Here they all are.
I'm sorry to have to burden you all with the onus of suspicion, but a valuable family treasure has vanished, and I simply must determine what you know about it.
Treasure?
What treasure? Actually, Andrew, you're under the least amount of suspicion, because in the normal course of events, you never enter this part of the house.
But surely, dearest, a robbery isn't a normal course of events.
Why? I never thought of that.
Then I am under suspicion?
I'm afraid so, Andrew, thanks to dear Daphne's remark.
Much obliged, Mum.
Oh, no trouble at all, Andrew. But just what is missing?
That's thong. The thong thong.
The Tongan Thong.
The Hong Kong Tongan Thong?
The same, yes. Now, when was the last time any of you saw it in its proper place?
Yesterday, I think. Yesterday morning, I think.
6 years ago, I think. Well, I don't enter this part of the house, Mum, in the normal course of events.
And none of you has any surmise what might have become of it?
Not at all.
Then we simply must summon the constabulary.
But do we dare?
What do you mean, Glennis?
Well, it's just that the law so enjoys poking about, as it were, that up until now, all that fuss and bother about Victoria's vanishment and my husband Eldwin's mysterious absence has been, well, more or less just a domestic dilemma. When the law drops by, it will be decidedly sticky for all of us, I warrant.
But an innocent person has nothing to fear from the law.
Perhaps that is the problem, my dear.
Yes, after all, each one of us has something they wouldn't want found out. Besides, if the thief made one of us, who can we send to summon the law?
Wait! There may be no need for the law. Victoria, since as my wife had a stake in the possession of the Hong Kong Tongan Thong, might have just placed it in here herself for safekeeping.
Jabez, did you reveal the combination to a powerful stranger?
Alicia, the woman was my wife, don't forget.
But you never revealed that combination to me, darling.
You're too busy eating.
Well, I like that.
Just what she said about every last dinner course.
And why shouldn't I have? Every course is perfection. The salmon, the grouse, the venison, the eel, the jabot, the goose, the salt,
And the haggis?
Actually, I would have preferred a chop.
And I would have enjoyed giving you one.
Don't stop all this silly chatter. This is more important. Is he dead or alive?
And even more important, what was so wrong with my haggis?
Darling, it's very late. Aren't you coming to bed?
How can you talk of bed on your wedding night?
Well, it's just that it's been such a hectic day, and you must be very tired.
Confound it, woman. Can't you see I'm busy?
Well, not really, dearest.
Well, I am. So there.
Oh, Jabez, have I disappointed you somehow? Was it something I said? Something I did?
Have you no feelings at all, Daphne? It's barely been 24 hours since I discovered Victoria had vanished. Am I such a scoundrel if I mourn her for a minute?
But I thought you didn't like Victoria.
I didn't. But when a man's wife is swallowed up by a bog hole on the moors, it's his duty to mourn her.
It's just that, well, I've been wondering.
Yes?
I don't know quite how to put this.
Yes, out with it, woman. What have you been wondering?
Well, if you didn't like Victoria,
Well,
why ever did you marry her?
isn't that rather a personal question?
Yes, Jabez, well, I dare say it is, only I thought that anything a wife might happen to say to her husband on their wedding night would be of a personal nature.
Well, you thought wrong.
Oh, I see.
Now, will you kindly leave me to my sorrow?
No, I will not. You're obviously in pain, and I cannot bear to see you thus. A wife's duty is to offer comfort to her husband.
And here I am.
Go back to bed. Darn, I can see that. See, I have to watch my wording around this house.
And your step.
Jabez, that sounds like a threat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so very sorry. I meant it as a warning. Now, you should have come to this place, my darling. Why?
You carried me off the Shebeen and brought me here.
That's right, I did. But I shouldn't have. I must have been mad.
What about what?
The other kind of mad.
Oh,
Every moment you spend on this premises, you may be in mortal peril.
well, now's a fine time to tell me.
How can I make you understand? You see, my darling, there's a terrible curse upon the house of Thornball.
On this house?
Not the building, the family.
Oh,
And that curse is...
as sure as the tick of the ominous clock that marks the hours away, the beauteous Bride of Brackenloch shall die on her wedding day.
Whenever did you learn that poem, Daphne?
Well, last night at the Shebeen, you'd had a few and you kept mumbling it over and over again, and well, by the 14th time, I had it down cold.
But afterwards, when I proposed, why did you accept me?
Silly, your name's not Brackenloch.
Fool! Fool that refers to the house!
To this house?
The lineage of the family that dwells here. No, Mother, why won't you die, my dearest one?
Well, that's 2 votes. How many do we need?
What have I done?
About what?
I was an utter fool to think that I could outwit the curse.
Outwit it? How?
By marrying Victoria. Now do you see?
Not quite. Give me a hint.
It's this way, honey.
What is?
It!
Oh, okay. Go on with your story.
Since whomever I married was doomed to die, I thought that by marrying a woman I didn't like would sort of use up my share of the family curse. And then I could get married to the woman I truly adore.
Who?
You numbskull!
Well, that was sweet of you, Jabez. Kind of rough on Victoria, though.
Not tortured me since the first I set out on this cruel enterprise.
Well, you tell me. You're smarter than I am.
Who is it? There must be dozens of people dumber than you.
Maybe even 9 or 10.
At any rate, you don't see how horror-struck I am at what I've done.
You mean about setting Victoria up for the happy hunting grounds?
The what?
That's an old euphemism for the deep six.
The what?
The big sleep.
Are you trying to say death by any chance?
Well, yes, I am.
Then say it!
Death, okay?
Much better. Where was I?
About to strike me.
I was not.
And you look like
I
it.
would never strike a woman.
Well, what about Victoria?
I never laid a glove on her.
But isn't planning her doom even worse than striking her?
I didn't plan her doom, really. Just her wedding. The curse kind of took care of the rest.
But did you tell her about the curse?
I didn't have to. Everybody knows about the curse. Besides, Victoria didn't believe in curses anyway.
Well, I bet she does now.
Amen. What have I let you in for, my dearest one?
But where else would I live?
Not let you in here. Let you in for.
Well, nothing, as far as I can see. I mean, you kept up your part of the deal. You took a bride, she vanished, and now the way is clear for our happiness.
That's what you think.
Why do you say that?
Because that's exactly what I thought, until it was too late.
Oh, too late. Too late for what?
Daphne, have you ever heard of the Loch Ness Monster?
Oh, Nessie, of course I have.
Well, Brackenloch is a monster of its own.
What's his name?
Rocky.
What's that mean? But what's that got to do with the family curse?
Whenever a Thornville takes a bride, Rocky howls.
Probably just jealous. It must get lonely at the bottom of a loch.
But you don't understand. That howl foretells the bride's imminent doom.
Did it howl when you married Victoria?
Very instant, the Reverend pronounced us man and wife.
But we were married in the Shebeen, and I didn't hear any such noise, except maybe that elephant trumpeting sound outside. And
Daphne, the only elephants in Scotland are in the Edinburgh Zoo.
but the Shebeen is nowhere near Edinburgh. Oh, unless you mean that terrifying loud roaring sound was what?
Rocky! Now do you see why I'm so fearful?
I see why you didn't come to bed at least. I mean, Rocky had an adequate night vision, and you were sleeping on the window side of the bed, and you leaned in the window to devour me.
Daphne, how could you? I may be low, scheming, conniving, and vile, but I'm not chicken.
Well, then let's go to bed, Jim.
Are you daft, woman? You should be within 100 miles of this place, and all you can talk about is going to bed? Here?
Well, it has been a very long day, and I am so very tired.
Daphne, until the final stroke of midnight, sounding the ending of your wedding day, you are doomed to dreadful destruction.
What nonsense. Rocky is in the loch, and I'm in the parlor. How can anyhow possibly come to me?
Oh, it's a beast! It's a curse! It's the moment of your doom!
What is?
Daphne, sometimes I really wonder about you.
I heard an owl signaling Daphne's doom. I rushed right over.
Get a front row seat?
Close those doors, Mavis. We shall not succumb to superstition. We shall face Daphne's fearful fate and fight.
Poor Alcuin is still in a coma. His state has an evil aroma.
He's been shot to his socks.
In the school of hard knocks. And he
certainly earned his diploma!
But seriously, I do wish he'd awaken and come to explain how he got locked in the vault.
And holding Victoria's bridal bouquet.
If anyone knows what became of her, it must be Elvin.
Who cares what became of her? What's to become of me?
Daphne's right. We heard the howl of the beast, and we know what that means.
Then it wasn't just the wind.
I told you. I told you it's the curse of the Thornville.
Oh, we mustn't give way to blind panic. We've got to do something.
But what power on earth can save her from her fearsome fate? We must pray that a higher power will intervene.
It's so good of you, of all of you, to show such deep concern for my bride.
And why would we not? She is a Thornville, and we are a family.
I can't tell you how touched I am.
Neither can I. I've never been so touched in all my life.
Jabez, I just realized with all the fuss of finding Alvin in the vault, we simply forgot the reason we opened the vault in the first place.
What a fool I've been! I forgot. How could I? Considering Daphne's danger.
But, darling, what's that missing got to do with me?
There's a legend that the fate of the Bride of Brackenloch might be avoided by the power of that very thought.
You mean to say that with that thought, I might survive this night, but without it I would not?
Exactly. That is why I cannot conceive how it could be taken. I mean, who could possibly want to wish you harm?
How many guesses do I get? Beast! The howl of the beast! It's still
Not that again, please.
We've already done that bit.
Sorry, it took me 10 minutes to find my teeth. I don't move as quickly as I used to, you know.
What's going on in here? Oh, a pajama party.
We're just discussing Daphne's imminent doom.
I can't bear it! It's too cruel! Too monstrous! Too unfair! I just love to do that.
Now, where were we?
Oh, the thong. It's the only thing that can save me, remember? How can it save me, dearest?
That's the maddening part. I don't know.
But when Jabez's father lay dying, his final words to his son were, "Take the thong from over the fireplace, and your bride need never descend to dreadful doom."
Oh, so why didn't you?
I was distraught. Father dying and all unexpectedly. Besides, I thought he was just delirious after the attack.
What attack?
And the Bride of Brackenloch, of course.
Oh, but I thought Rocky only attacked Bride.
Funny. That's what Father always thought too. Just goes to show. Hardly a case of the cured physical.
The what?
What you Americans call district attorney?
Nonsense. We never call our district attorneys peculiar physical.
Pistol.
Well, but Master Gibbons, the marks on your father's throat could only have been made by the tentacles of the beast. Jabez, why have you never told me any of this before?
I don't want to upset you, my darling.
You mean to say that you married me? Carried me off from the shebeen to this house, where any bride of a Thornlaw is faced with a hideous death by a monster from the loch, and you didn't tell me until now because you say you didn't want to upset me?
Daphne, are you upset about something?
Let's put it this way. That missing thong is the only hope I have of surviving this night. And instead of everybody tearing about the house looking for it, we're all just standing around chumming in their pajamas. Wouldn't you be upset?
I'm not sure. I've never been a bride.
Must be coming out of his coma.
Let's go to his room at once. Stop. It's best if I go up there alone.
Why?
Elwin doesn't wear pajamas.
Meanwhile, tell me more about this Hong Kong thong.
The Hong Kong Tom Dong song?
Sorry.
Well, when grandfather acquired it from a mysterious Oriental gentleman.
By the name of Wong. You mean to say that it's the Wong Hong Kong Tom Dong thong?
Yes, Wong is a common name in China as Smith, as in English-speaking countries. The man's full name, nickname.
Are you sure?
Of course she is. The other part of his name wasn't Chinese, but English.
Based on the immense physical size of the man.
You mean to say that it's the strong Wong Hong Kong Tom Dong thong?
Yes! Are you sure I haven't told you this story before?
Quite sure. I'd be too old to get married if you had.
Well, anyway, when grandfather acquired the strong Hong Kong Tom Dong thong,
It's Elwin. He's no longer in our bedroom. Where could he be?
Especially with no pajamas.
that's it! We must summon the constabulary now!
Who could that be? One way to find out. Vanilla.
Oh, yes, of course.
I need a drink.
Nonsense, Jimmy. You've had far too much whiskey already.
Gag, gag, gag!
Chief Inspector Wilbur Yardley of the Murder Squad. Vanilla, don't tell me you allowed a murderer into the house at this time of the night.
The people who work for the murder squad don't commit murders, they solve them.
But we haven't had no murder here.
What about Victoria?
She just vanished.
Or was eaten by the beast from the loch?
In either case, it's hardly a case of murder.
So I'm afraid you've come here for nothing, Chief Inspector.
I shall be there to do that, sir. And you are?
Jabez Thornhill, heir and owner of Brackenloch Manor.
And I'm his beautiful bride.
Alicia, Lady Goddard, his autocratic aunt.
Glennis Prescott, his social assistant.
Mavis Buford, his nonchalant neighbor.
Mrs. Mousy is cranky cook.
And Cumbert Brody, his frenzied friend. Janet Mogleish, his hospitable housekeeper.
Andrew McHanford, his handsome handyman. Gloomy gardener.
I am
Vanilla, the modest young maid.
I suspect I may be here under misapprehension. I had come to investigate the vanishing of Master Jacobson's bride, but since she's here present...
You must mean yesterday's bride.
Bride today keeps the doldrums away?
I assure you, Inspector Yardley.
Chief Inspector.
Chief Inspector Yardley, I assure you, I did not make a habit of overloading on brides.
That's me.
Thank you.
It's merely my second bride.
Your second bride in 2 days?
Yes, but I don't have a plan to acquire a third bride tomorrow. Really?
Whatever. But about this first bride of yours?
Victoria. Went for a walk, never returned.
Probably sucked under by a bog mole.
Something worse.
Mustn't exaggerate now.
But the curse.
What curse?
As sure as the tick of the eldest brother marks the hour of the way, the beauteous Bride of Brackenloch shall die on her wedding day. That's cursed.
It's merely a legend, Chief Inspector.
What in the world was that?
What was that?
Now look, all of you. There's something decidedly odd going on here.
Wait a minute, Chief Inspector. I have an even odder thing to find out about.
Which is?
What in the world are you doing here?
I've already told you. I wish to look into the vanishment of
Yes, I know all that. But how did you find out about it? I mean, unless you make a habit of popping into manners on the moors on the off chance that there's a curse and a missing bride for it.
Now I see what you mean. But obviously, I was summoned here.
By whom?
By I. No. By me. No. By I. Me.
Whatever.
But how could you possibly have had time to...
Aha, the night dress in the suitcase. Now I understand why the rest of us were just cozily into our beds last night.
I was hiking to Glasgow and back.
But why should you do such a thing?
Because I thought Jay Bassett proposed marriage to me before he departed. And as the horses behind cleared the fence.
Really, Miss Brody? She means the other horses behind.
Oh. As he vanished into the night, I started off for Glasgow.
Oh, I see. Thinking that you were to be the next Bride of Brackenloch, you wanted police protection on the premises.
Something like that, yes.
Are you sure you don't have that bride today habit, sir? You lose one, propose to another, then what a third?
I did not propose to comfort. I merely thought I was telling her I was going to propose to Daphne. I guess I phrased it too ambiguously or something.
Guess? I was already planning our silver pattern.
Whatever. I believe I've grasped the sequence of events now. We're talking back to the vanishment of bride number 1.
But how can we? It's my understanding no one knows the least thing about it.
We do know a fragment or two, Mum.
That's right, I saw her strolling upon the moors. And Aldwin was definitely holding her bridal bouquet when he toppled out of the family vault this evening.
Eldwin? Then there's a member of the household I have not met yet?
My husband, Aldwin, has vanished.
He vanished the same time as Victoria did.
I thought you said he was in the vault.
That's when Master Eldwin came back, Chief Inspector.
And where is this husband of yours, Mrs. Vanessa?
Well, he was in a coma, so I put him to bed.
With no pajamas.
Any chance you might be coming out of that coma yet?
For all we know, Chief Inspector, rather difficult to ascertain.
Why is that?
It seems he's vanished again.
Are you certain it is bride who is cursed in this house? Your sister's husband is already ahead by one banishment. Any other little disappearances you've overlooked mentioning to me?
You mean the strong one?
The what?
Nothing, Chief Inspector. Really, nothing.
Oh, nothing? The only thing that can save me from the family curse, nothing?
Nothing the Chief Inspector would like to hear about.
And how can you know that, sir?
Well, you're here to investigate the vanishment of Victoria, aren't you?
Technically, yes. But how do we know that her vanishment has nothing to do with this unga-bunga thing your bride has just brought up?
They did all vanish at the same time, Jabez.
All?
Victoria, Eldwin, and the thong.
Though Eldwin came back.
But not for long.
I see you had better tell me about this missing thong thing after all.
But shouldn't you have a scrivener on hand, Chief Inspector? It's my understanding that you always travel along with a gruff but likable police sergeant who takes everything down in a little notebook, but then can't make heads or tails of the testimony until you, with a flash.
Yes, that is what happens in the normal course of events. After I'm quite certain a crime has been committed, though Miss Brody merely informed me she suspected a crime of being committed, so until I was quite sure...
And are you sure, Chief Inspector?
Well, the once vanished bride, a twice vanished husband, and an also vanished unga-bunga whatsits? How would say that, Yes, I'm quite sure. Though who would have sent back to Glasgow for that scrivener Mrs. Thorne got postulated, I have no idea. Or if the messenger were the guilty party.
You could send Miss Brody.
Yes, she's already demonstrated her innocence by summoning the police.
But that could be just a clever ruse to throw you off the track.
I see that your taste obviously runs toward detective fiction, Mrs. Thorningall.
After all, she is an American, Chief Inspector.
Really? Miss Grody, when you summoned me, why did you make no mention of the fact?
Obviously, because I had no knowledge of the fact.
Yes, remember, when Miss Brody was hiking to Glasgow, she was running under the assumption that...
Walking under the assumption.
Walking under the assumption that it was she herself who was to marry Jabez Thorningall today.
That's true enough. Until I entered the room yesterday, Comfort had no idea I even existed.
Ah! That reminds me of one extremely odd factor in this case. Thank you, Mrs. Thorningall, for jogging my memory.
Jabez, darling, I never touched the man.
Might I make a suggestion before we continue this discussion?
Certainly, Mrs. Mousley, what is it that you suggest?
That my course and bunions seem to have designed of my life. Can we not all be seated while the Chief Inspector continues his grilling?
Ah, to be sure, to be sure. Most inconsiderate of me, I apologize. Please, everyone, be seated.
Even the servants?
Especially the servants. After all, we spend the most time on our feet, running here, running there, hovering in attendance.
By the way, Mrs. Mousley, the term we prefer is interrogation.
What did I say?
Really?
Well, she's the family cook.
Thank you, Mom. Really, Andrew, must you sit on the tea table?
Where else is there?
Oh, let him be, Glynis. We have rather run out of sitting space.
How fortunate Eldwin isn't here.
What a heartless thing to say.
She means for available seating, Glynis.
But even so,
Might I have your attention, please?
Okay.
Now, would somebody, one person, please, tell me about this missing thong, or gong, or whatever it is.
But, Chief Inspector, weren't you about to tell us of an extremely odd factor in this case, based upon something Daphne said to you a moment ago?
Yes, but I'd rather reserve that information for a moment while I have the remaining facts presented to me.
Very well, if that's what you prefer. There isn't that much to say about the strong long tong 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 tong.
Except for naming it.
When my father lay down, struck down by the beast from the rock, he told me that the strong long tong 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 was the only thing that could prevent my bride being destroyed by the Thorningall curse.
So naturally, its loss was greatly upsetting to me.
And just how is this missing thong caused its curse?
I'm not sure. All he told me was that I should carefully put it into a sack, take it to the police, and then,
Yes, yes, and then what?
unfortunately, that's as far as it got.
You mean to say that even if you found the thong, you wouldn't know what to do with it?
That's the way it sounds, doesn't it?
But it's not midnight yet.
What has midnight to do with the curse?
If Daphne can survive past 12 o'clock, the curse is broken.
Well then, maybe this will cheer her flaming spirits a bit.
it's a strong one, hong, hong, tong, tong, tong.
This is most mysterious.
I don't understand.
How did it get into your pocket?
All the way in Glasgow.
There's something very strange going on here.
Strange or not, I shall be indebted to you for the rest of my life. Which should end in the next 5 minutes.
What do you mean?
That's what I mean.
The child is right.
The clock has not yet struck the end of the day.
And the beast is drawing nearer by the moment. Jabez is not to use the strong one, hong, hong, tong, tong.
Chief Inspector, the thong has been delivered to you. Can you not discover a means to save my bride from dreadful doom?
I haven't the foggiest notion what to do.
I can't stand it. Why, this is barely 6 inches long.
What? It should be near a foot and a half.
It's a forgery.
Do you mean?
Are you trying to tell us that this is the wrong strong long hong hong tong gong gong?
It's much too short to be the real one, darling.
The tween is the long strong long hong hong tong gong thong. Jabez, whatever shall I do?
Oh, don't worry, my darling. As long as you're in my arms, the curse shall never claim.
My poor darling.
us two brides.
What?
You will recall, not many moments ago, that when Miss Brody said that until Daphne walked through that front door, she had no notion that she even existed.
Why, yes, and that's when you said she reminded you of an extremely odd factor in the case. Thank you for jogging your memory.
Precisely.
Chief Inspector, what is that extremely odd factor?
Your bride of yesterday, Victoria. Her surname was Cavendish, was it not?
Yes, what of it?
And she came from Glasgow originally.
Yes, what are you getting at?
Only this, Miss Carney. Before you come down to headquarters and beg me to investigate the strange goings on here at Brackenloch, you all said that Victoria Cavendish, or more precisely, the former Victoria Cavendish, who wed Jabez and become Mrs. Thorngall, went for a stroll after her wedding and simply vanished?
Yes, that's precisely what happened.
And now I say to you, that is precisely what could not have happened.
And why could it not have happened, Chief Inspector?
Because I did some checking in the records of Glasgow and all its neighbouring environs, and do you know what I discovered?
What?
That Victoria Cavendish Thorngall could not have vanished yesterday, because no such person existed in the first place.
Where are we anyways?
15 minutes later.
I must tell you all, we are dealing with something so frightening, so totally ominous and evil, that even the staunchest among us will have to fight hard to cling to sanity.
But where could Daphne have gone? I mean, I was holding her tightly in my arms. In those few short seconds of darkness, she was suddenly gone.
It's the Thorngall curse. The poor child never had a chance. It happened just as predicted before the hour of midnight. And now midnight's coming down and poor dear Daphne is
Oh, even the police cannot fight the grip of the supernatural.
How can such things be?
I'm not one to believe in curses, and yet, based upon the evidence of tonight's actions, what else can I believe? Was it this way then with the others?
What other?
I mean, prior victims of the Thorngall curse. I would assume that every bride of Thorngall had died on her wedding day, which rather makes me wonder how the family survived all these years, come to think of it. I mean, when your mother and father wed, and they had you, and before your mother died, how could you have been made? If you follow my meaning.
Now I can't comprehend. It's not that mysterious as you assume, Chief Inspector.
You see, before Victoria's banishment, there was no curse.
But that poem?
That poem was clutched in Jabez's father's hand, written on a piece of paper as he lay dying in this very room.
Until then, the family had survived without incident.
So you see, Chief Inspector, the family curse is really brand new.
No. I thought it had been plaguing Thorngalls for generations.
Perhaps it will from now on.
Every family curse has to start somewhere.
So you're saying that when Victoria vanished, she was the only victim? That's not much of a curse.
Try telling that to Victoria!
Poor dear Miss Daphne.
And that's another thing. Almost up until the moment of her banishment, I had a distinct impression that everyone here but Jabez rather resented her presence here at Brackenloch. And I was all, sweet dear beloved Daphne, from all of you. Which is it? Did you love her or despise her?
Actually, Chief Inspector, it's a little bit of both. I find it rather hard to explain your emotional reaction to her exactly. Liz, could you help?
Chief Inspector. Our feelings were like this.
One moment, Mrs. Prescott. Are you certain you can speak for the feelings of the entire group here assembled?
Yes.
Very well then. Please continue.
Thank you. It was like this.
Yes? Yes? Go on.
Victoria Cavendish was hateful. No, Jabez, don't interrupt me. Please hear me out. She taunted me. Taunted all of us whenever Jabez wasn't around. We all grew to dislike her immensely. So naturally, when she disappeared, horrible as it was, we all felt a sort of peaceful relief. Do you see? Well, anyhow, we had barely adjusted to there being no new Bride of Brackenloch to dominate and despise and threaten us, when along came death. And, well, I rather think we took out our animus towards Victoria on her, but only for a time. We soon began to see that she was not the cruel, dominating schemer Victoria had been. We were all thoroughly ashamed of each other's feelings. So, when she vanished, subsequent remarks about her, those sweet, caring remarks, well, every one of them was quite honestly true. Does that pretty much sum it up? There you have it, Chief Inspector.
Thank you, Mrs. Prescott. That was most thorough of you.
2 cheers for Gladys. 2 cheers? This show was on a very tight budget.
Never mind all that. I believe I'm getting a glimmering of what's happening. Mr. Thornwell.
Yes?
Precisely when was it that your father died in this room?
About half a dozen years ago, I seem to remember.
Yes, that's right. I remember I was having my 25th birthday party, and I was quite spoiled the whole hogmanay. The what? Scottish for fiesta. Why not just say fiesta? I'm getting a super scunner for you Scots. Good. Now, why do you ask, Chief Inspector?
Well, it's just a little theory I'm toying with.
Based upon what?
Based upon a remark that was made earlier when I produced the Unga Bunga What's Its Bridge Leather Thong.
What remark, Chief Inspector?
I'd rather reserve that information for a moment while I make a slight experiment. Now, you all say that the missing Elwyn Prescott was found behind this portrait in the family vault?
No! That's not what we said.
But Jabez, I'm certain that's what we told the Chief Inspector.
It's almost what we said, to be more precise, Aunt Alicia. The exact terms we used were to say that Elwyn had been discovered in the family vault.
But Jabez, that is the family vault.
True enough, but when one hears the phrase, family vault, the other imagines, usually correctly, that one is referring to a mausoleum, or a family burial vault.
Oh, why that's so. Oh, how did you know we made the safe but not a mausoleum, Chief Inspector?
Oh, for that matter, how did he know where the family vault was located in the first place?
And even if he did know, how did he know where to honk the nose on the crest to make the portrait move away to expose the vault?
Well, Chief Inspector.
Chief Inspector.
If indeed you are connected with the constabulary at all, Chief Inspector!
Out with it, Wilbur Yardley. Just exactly who are you?
Well, I thought you of all people would have guessed that by now, darling.
Darling? It's Elwyn!
Yes, yes. I'm afraid it is. I'm sorry for the deception, but it was quite necessary.
Why?
Well, I know we didn't dare something actual, not with family name at stake, the reputation, the news scandals, the headlines. Not until we can know for sure it was not a family member perpetrating these crimes.
But if you're not Chief Inspector Wilbur Yardley from Glasgow, then where were you really last night when you claimed to be hiding into town? Well, helping Alvin make his false beard, of course. I mean, it's not the sort of thing found usually in the average home. We had to get the prep and the glue and shave some sheep for the wool, and then dye the wool to match his natural hair color, and, well, let me tell you, it's a lot of fun and hard work.
But Elwyn, I still don't understand why you found it necessary to go through all this trouble.
Well, to keep the killer in the dark, of course. Knowing what I knew, my life would be forfeit if the killer so much as suspected I'd see through that criminal plot. But killers are egotists. They never can get a bungling old fuddy-duddy chief inspector of police could find anything that can convict them. So, knowing that only as a chief inspector could I solve this case...
I see. Yes, I see.
How very brave of you, my darling.
And have you solved the mystery, Mr. Prescott?
Unfortunately, not quite. Oh. But I'm close to the solution.
Ah.
Wait just a moment. I am still unclear on several points.
What points, child?
Well, did Mr. Prescott really vanish? Or really go into a coma? Or really get locked up in that vault?
Well,
And where did he get that Bride of
I'd like to hear more about those things myself.
Very well then, it was like this. 2 mornings ago, shortly before the wedding of Jabez and Victoria, I was here, in the parlor, just in the process of opening the vault.
Opening the vault? Elvin, why?
Well, because I'd heard a strange knocking coming from within.
Knocking?
And scratching and clawing, and unit shrieking, and any other sorts of sounds found by a person located inside of a metal tomb. So, I opened the door. Victoria! What an odd place to spend your wedding day! But what's that you... Oh, now I see. I see it all. But why would you do that?
Alvin, I don't have time to explain everything now. Please keep my secret a little while longer, and I swear I shall explain everything to you then.
No, I cannot in conscience keep your secret. Jabez is my wife's brother. He must be told before the wedding, before it's too late.
Alvin, you simpleton, Jabez already knows. We planned this whole thing together, don't you see?
Why would Jabez agree to such a crazy...
Because of the curse, of course. Once we discovered the significance of the strong one, we had to do the wedding this way, don't you see?
No, I do not see. Nor do I believe about Jabez knowing all along either. You cannot expect me to believe.
No, of course not. Not without proof anyway, but all the proof you need is inside this wedding bouquet. Watch.
What could that bouquet possibly...
If you don't believe me, have a look for yourself now that it's been thrown hard against the back wall of the vault.
This is bad. No, no.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Ellen, but I promise I'll let you out immediately after the ceremony. But Victoria vanished immediately after the ceremony, so...
She couldn't come back and let you out.
How could you have survived?
Sealed into an airtight metal box for nearly 2 days.
Or is the vault airtight?
Oh, yes, quite airtight. So Alvin would have perished except for... Glynis, why do I get the feeling you're keeping things from me?
Because I am Auntie Lisa. Oh, I'm dreadfully sorry, but none of us could take the chance of letting too many people know our plan.
Plan? What plan? What's been going on in my house that I don't know about? Your house, Mrs. Bosley? Just my manner of speaking, Mrs. Bosley. As housekeeper with the responsibilities of running the house, I naturally feel that it is my house in a way.
And so you should, Mrs. Magdalena. Isn't there something else you have to tell us?
What else? What has been going on in this place?
Remember last evening around dinner time when Vanessa was so obviously crying her eyes out? Tell Andrew why, Vanessa.
That is Oh, Mom, I don't know if I should tell.
That's all right, Vanilla. I'll tell them.
Tell us what?
Vanilla is my daughter, Andrew.
Oh.
I had hoped, dreamed that someday she would catch the eye of Jabez Thorngall, and someday she would become mistress of the manor. But then he married the Victoria Cavendish, and, well, that dream was shattered, of course.
But then Victoria vanished, and my hopes rose up again.
Only to be doubly dashed when Jabez arrived here with Daphne. Poor child, no wonder they were weeping so bitterly. Well, this sure is an evening of revelations, but there's still any number of things, let them explain. Now, Elwin, when you looked into the vault at Victoria, it sounded as if she was holding something that distressed you greatly.
Yes, she was. And that's when I began to figure out...
That being so confoundedly ugly. One thing at a time. What was she holding?
A bottle of bleach, Alicia.
Victoria was in the vault doing the laundry?
Not laundry bleach, Mrs. Magdalena. Hair bleach.
But what for? Victoria had such lovely dark brown hair.
Oh, and Daphne is so long. I knew she reminded me of someone else. Her voice was so soft, and her manner so pleasant, and everything about her was so different from Victoria that... What a blind fool I've been!
Sorry to keep you in the dark, Aunt Alicia. You see, Elvin, even when pretending to be Inspector Yardley, told the truth about one thing. There is no such person as Victoria Cavendish. My wife has been Daphne Dixon all along.
Of course! Now I see. The beauteous Bride of Brackenloch shall die on her wedding day.
But she was alive on her wedding day.
Andrew, you simply couldn't see my mental spelling. The bride shall die. D-Y-E, not D-I-E.
Die what?
Her hair, of course.
Not going to the sound of the long without the actual spelling. Stop.
That's what we thought the killer was sure to think. And so...
Oh, just a minute, Comfort. I can't keep track of this thing without a scorecard. You say we. Just were you including this little conspiracy?
I suppose there's no harm in revealing that now, is there?
None at all, Comfort. Go right ahead.
There was me, of course, and Elwyn and Glynis and Jabez and, oh, Daphne, naturally.
Naturally. Well, I still don't know what's going on here. Nor do I. Why do I get the distinct feeling that everybody's just standing about, begging for time, dropping unsatisfactory hints to hold our attention? While in the meantime...
In the meantime, what?
That's the part I haven't figured out.
Oh, but your theory is right on the mark, Alicia.
Well now, you weren't so long in Aladdin's cave.
Where?
That's police talk, dear, for the lair of the thief where he keeps his loot.
What have you found?
Oh, my last will and testament.
Your what?
You mean somebody stole it?
No, somebody wrote it.
You mean you didn't?
I think she means it's a forgery, child.
Exactly. Good for you, Mrs. Maudlin.
I wish somebody would tell me what's going on.
And me.
Now that we found the will, I think we can let everybody know what's been going on.
Certainly. Will you all please be seated?
I'll remain standing if you don't mind. I'd rather have a standing start in case I have to run for my life. Lawyer!
And now, Mavis, no one has accused you of anything yet, have they?
I do nothing to be accused of. But when it's amateur night for crime solving, who knows what rash charges make them fly my way?
Without official investigating authorities on the premises, I don't quite see why any of us should have to sit here and listen to mere conjecture at all.
Ah, but it's not amateur night. You see, my husband, Elwyn, actually is Chief Inspector of Police.
Oh.
What?
You're joking, aren't you?
What did you think Mr. Prescott did for a living?
Not everyone can be born rich, Miss Rupert.
But in the normal course of events, only the family and servants would know Mr. Prescott's occupation.
I didn't know.
She means house servants, Andrew. As our outside man, you hear very little of the household affairs.
Well, that's true enough, I dare say.
Will you please all just stop this jabbering and explain things? Because if you don't, I'm going to my room to get some sleep.
Oh, very well, Alicia. Who wants to start?
I'll get things rolling. 6 years ago, my father was murdered in this room, the note in his hand citing that Pullman curse, and peculiar marks around his neck, not unlike those what would be made by Braden, a legendary beast not far beyond those terror stories.
Jabez came to the Javine to drown his sorrows. We met each other, got to liking one another, and about half a dozen years later, decided to marry. But the implied menace in the poem made the two of them believe that someone would murder any bride that Jabez took. So they set about laying a trap for the murderer.
Naturally, they didn't want to place Daphne in too much danger, so they decided to do something now to shield her from the attack.
It's quite simple, really. I naturally am a brunette, but I decided to bleach my hair right after the ceremony, since the killer wouldn't be seeking the blonde.
I, however, was not part of this conspiracy yet. So when I encountered the supposed Victoria getting the bleach from the vault, well, you know what happened then. She had to lock me in the vault and quickly consult with Jabez to see if I could be trusted.
Just a moment. You're leaving something out. How did Daphne get locked into the vault before you discovered her there?
The killer did that, of course, shutting the door behind me as soon as I stepped inside. It would have worked, too, if Alvin hadn't come along when he had.
And did you see who the killer was, Miss Daphne?
Unfortunately, no. The door slammer was behind me, and by the time I turned around, there was nothing to see but that closed door. And it was too dark to see that.
So there was no way to spot our killer at all.
I'm beginning to see. So the next thing you tried was the appearance of Chief Inspector Yardley, and the killer made no giveaway move.
And then, the appearance of the thong, and the killer made no giveaway move.
Excuse me, what exactly is the significance of the bomb?
It was the actual murder weapon that had killed my father. Wrapped about his skirt, its peculiar braiding pattern making marks not unlike those what would be made by the suction cups of a tentacle. It could have been used, and was used, to strangle him, and placed back above the mantle in plain view, and sheer superstition of the rest.
Of course! The legend of the beast from the lock, the marks on his neck, and that poem about the curse and the bride to make his conjecture about that, instead of the actual murder weapon that had done to Jacobson's father. A murder for which I would your brother's solid alibi being in harmony with dozens of witnesses. I do think I will sit down after all. Scooch over.
Jabez, let me get this straight. All you had to do to solve the murder of your father would be to get the fingerprints off the thumb.
Exactly. But we didn't realize that until after it had vanished. Luckily, there were still fingerprints on the piece that the killer had accidentally left behind.
But why did the killer take it away after all these years? To use it again, of course, only this time I was to be murdered with it. And the beast from the lock was to be strangled, just as before when Jabez's father had died.
Do you know, I am very disappointed.
That I wasn't strangled?
Well, the Brocky is only a legend. I had had my doubts until Jabez's father died. And it was rather exciting imagining this huge, primordial monster under the black, icy waters not far from our very doors.
Oh well. Why, Mother, you almost sound as if you liked the monster.
Well, in an odd way. I did. I felt protective somehow, knowing that the Thorngall family had an invincible creature to protect it from any interlopers.
You call a bride an interloper?
The kind of bride Victoria was. Well, sure enough. You played her terribly well, Mom, threatening to sack me, to evict Miss Grody, divorce Lady Alicia and Mrs. Prescott to find lodgings themselves.
Mrs. Magdalena, how in the world do you know all that?
I eavesdropped.
Well, at any rate, let's get on with the crime detective tale.
The rest is simple. Knowing Bracken to be a legend, we also knew that all that raging wind and bestial howling had to be fake, to keep up the superstition that had diverted us from the truth all these years.
So someone had to search the rooms for whomever had the equipment capable of making all those terrifying noises. And for the most vital clue of all, the motive for all that killing and terrorization, the forged will.
And that's when you vanished, not only to confuse the killer, but to search everybody's room while we were in here.
Very good, Mrs. Mosley, you're exactly right.
But the will, I don't understand that part.
That's the easiest part of all.
I am the heiress to a multi-million-dollar fortune. Someone has to get that money once Daphne dies.
So the murderer would simply have to forge a will with his or her own name on it as the full beneficiary of it.
And the killer would be the one whose fingerprints run strong on Hong Kong Tongue and Thong.
And the one with the monster noises generator in his own room.
And the one powerful enough to have strangled a strong, healthy man like Master Davis's father.
And the one who was in this room 6 years ago when the murder occurred.
And the one who carelessly mentioned that he was in this room precisely 6 years ago.
Who doesn't normally enter this room in the normal course of events.
And what is further from the normal course of events than cold-blooded murder?
Gosh, I wonder who it could be. No, you don't.
Give yourself up, man. You haven't got a chance.
What nonsense. Of course I have a chance. You haven't proven a thing.
But the thong with your fingerprints on it.
I'll say your father noticed I admired it and handed it to me for a look. And then placed it back upon the mantle.
This will, with you named as beneficiary.
Oh, whoever forged that will also forged my name on it.
That monster noise generator I discovered in your room?
Planted there by the real killer to cover his or her own tracks.
That poem! I'd forgotten about the poem. That had your name on it too.
Naturally, that paper was stolen from my room and then the poem written on it.
Do you know, Andrew may be right.
We can't prove a case against him.
What about him holding us at gunpoint?
Yes, isn't that against the law?
Of course it is.
Oh, wrong again. You all acted in a menacing manner. I drew the gun in self-defense. Try taking that to the procurator fiscal.
He's right. Self-defense is never illegal.
Well, I don't understand why you've done all this. I mean, what could your motive have been? What would have happened if I hadn't married a millionaire?
Yes, why plot, forge, murder, scheme, lie, plan, and betray as you have?
I'm the villain. It's my job. But since none of you can prove the slightest legal case against me, I defy anyone to attempt to avenge even one of my crimes.
What happens? There is a beast of Brackenloch. How am I going to explain this in the morning when I report my findings to the chief constable?
I'm sure you'll think of something. But in case you forgot, it is my wed night.
What are you doing? Or where are you going?
To spend the first peaceful night in Brackenloch Manor in a half a dozen years. Oh, drat!
What's the matter, darling?
I wonder if Andrew secured the stables before vanishing forever. Oh well, easy enough to take care of that.
Well, do hurry back, darling. We have so much to talk about.
We do?
Little things, Jabez. Now that the danger is past and I am mistress of this household.
What sort of little things, my darling?
For instance, don't you think it's about time that Mrs. Mousley was retired? We could use a nice French chef. Well, it would be nice to have a housekeeper with a more pleasant disposition. And a maid with some show of visibility. And, well, perhaps we could erect a nice high wall so that our goings-on were visible by nosy neighbors. And it is quite unseemly that a former sweetheart and childhood companion of yours is still living under our roof. Well, Alicia does have a small business of her own, you know, and well, perhaps Eldwin and Glennis could afford some meager cottage, even on his meager policeman's salary. And well, you go tend to the horses, Jabez, and we'll discuss everything when you return.
Whatever you say, my beloved.
Ta-ta, everybody. As sure as the tick of the ominous clock
That marks.
hours away, the beauteous bride of Brackenloch shall die
On her wedding day.
Here goes the bride.
That they skipped the page. They didn't say anything about that fingerprint stuff. Oh, it was 27